Ready?
Mm-hmm. Hello and welcome to Life by Us. I'm Aysha.
And I'm Sarah.
And we are back after a week off. We are healthy now.
Somewhat,
yeah.
Somewhat. True. I still have a little tickle in my throat. You might have to make some edits in this podcast for my cough.
Yeah. I think that's just a lingering cough that it's decided it's not going to go away.
It's better.
Yeah. Very true.
Mm-hmm.
Very, very true. We had, I don't know what, I mean, it was like some combination of like sore throat, cough.
Upper respiratory infection.
Upper respiratory. Yeah, that's what the doctor said. So if y'all are feeling that too, it's definitely going around because...
That's what the doctor said.
My dad, and first boots on the ground journalism.
Whoa.
My dad had it and I wasn't even... He had it before I interacted with him. And then my mom had it like a month ago. Mm-hmm. So it's something going around.
And everyone got it after Atlanta.
Yeah.
Basically.
So we're glad to be back. We're glad to be chit-chatting with y'all, chit-chatting with each other, right? Mm-hmm. And make sure you subscribe. Before we go any further, make sure you subscribe to Life by Us on YouTube and wherever you listen to your audio podcast. We really, really appreciate it. We also really appreciate all the comments and like engagement that we're getting about the podcast. We did get another review.
Oh, we did?
Yes.
Why didn't you show me?
I thought you may have seen it.
I'm finding out in real time with you all.
So this is from Jolie. It's titled Great Listen. It says, absolutely love learning more about you both. 5 meows from Stripey. Hey, Stripey meet Mowgli. Okay.
Meta mode.
I love Paradise. I'm 1 episode behind on Grey's girl, boy. No, I think
girl gender neutral.
Yes, whatever gender neutral term. I am so behind on Grey's, so you're doing way better than me. So I'm 1 episode behind on Grey's and saw Celine Dion in Vegas with my mom as my +1. Please keep sharing your thoughts with us.
I am so jealous. Wow. Love that for you, though.
Right.
Hate that for me.
The world's colliding, right?
Yeah.
Celine Dion lovers, Life by Us. Mm-hmm. Thank you so much for the review. We really, really appreciate it. We love knowing that people are listening and enjoying the podcast. So keep it coming, y'all. We really appreciate it. We need to start shouting out YouTube comments too.
Oh yeah,
yeah,
we do.
Those are good.
I do see those.
Yes,
I be checking in. I don't have access to the account, but I check in to see.
I could give you access. I mean, our producers could give you access.
It's Cindy. Cindy's the producer.
Yeah. So, yes, our producer, Cinnamon, she's so on top of it. Getting all of our podcasts out. We really appreciate her.
She's real bossy, too.
Oh, yeah. Mm-hmm. And she'll look at you real sternly. Oof, that's her face right there. Right there. If you're watching the video version, you see Cindy, the brown one.
She looks so...
Baby girl.
Mm-hmm.
She is a baby girl.
Not stern at all.
She's only 3 years old.
Just a baby.
She's just a baby. So, man, okay, so much has happened in the world of women's basketball since we last talked.
So much.
The draft happened.
It did.
And like we predicted, Azzi Fudd went number 1.
She sure did. My predictions were off. I feel like the predictions I gave was Azzi 1, Lauren to Minnesota, Olivia to Seattle.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then
what ended up happening was Olivia went number 2 to Minnesota. Our fam went number 3 to Seattle. And then Lauren Betts went number 4 to the Mystics. And it seems like a good fit. The Mystics, they're going to be something dangerous.
They're all young too. So that means they're just going to grow together and just be nasty.
I'm scared of them.
But speaking of the Mystics picked up Rory Harmon in the 3rd round, and I am stoked about it.
Hook 'em.
Hook 'em, exactly.
Yes.
I'm so happy for her. Preseason is starting. The Mystics haven't made any cuts yet, so I'm hoping she can stay on the roster.
Fingers crossed. For y'all that don't know, this is scary times. This is what do you call it? Spooky season.
Spooky season
in the
indeed.
world of the WNBA, because there's only so many roster spots. So they invite a healthy amount of women to training camp.
12 roster spots to be exact.
Yes. And that's a result of the CBA negotiation.
Well, it's always been 12, but now what has been added are 2 developmental pool spots. So you can have 14 people.
Yes. And so there are going to be a lot of thank you so-and-so posts in the coming weeks.
Yeah, because Dallas had, 22 people?
Yes.
Insane.
So, yeah. But, the top picks they're solid. You don't have to worry about AZ going anywhere.
Right. But Kyla Oldacre
she's another Texas Longhorn.
She didn't get drafted, but she got invited to training camp. So she has a chance to, I hope, stay on the roster. Her odds aren't as good as Rory's because I think Washington only has to make 2 cuts, maybe 4. But Dallas, they're gonna cut the majority of those women. I feel.
I know, it's so sad. They already started.
They did. They cut 2 people already.
And so those posts are gonna start coming out. But yeah, Kyla Oldacre, she's at training camp with the Dallas Wings. So we're just fingers crossed.
Shayla.
I know. But yeah, it's so exciting right now seeing all this content. Like even the Connecticut Sun, they look like they're having so much fun.
Brittany looks
Griner,
so much lighter and jovial, and she seems like she is in a good headspace. Like she's happy.
I don't know why though, because Atlanta seemed like a good fit.
I know. Maybe it's I don't know, a younger group, maybe perhaps, and just the thought of this team is being moved to Houston next year.
Yeah.
And just the thought for her to come home is just exciting.
Yeah. So, yeah, we're getting to see the chemistry being built across the league. Like Seattle, that's a brand new team, basically. And then we haven't seen a lot of content from the Sparks. And I don't know if that's just because I don't follow their account.
I don't follow none of the accounts, and I haven't seen any Spark stuff. But I've seen a lot of Wings and Mystics.
Yes, Wings and Mystics.
Even Seattle.
Sun. Yeah.
The Valkyries.
The Valkyries. Caitlin Chen, fingers crossed. She is on that roster.
She'll be fine. I think, here's my thing. I think they protected her. I don't know why. Well, I think they protected her over Carla late.
Oh, yeah. And she's on the Portland Fire now. So, yeah, we got these 2 new teams that, we're getting to see. Yeah, we've seen some stuff from the Tempo because of the Mabry sisters. You got Dara and Marina on the same team.
I've seen some stuff from Portland, like the girls dunking on the really low rims. Did you see that?
Yes, that was funny, yeah. So we have these new shakeups, right? But some huge highlights that have come out of the past week. So with Azzi Fudd going number 1 to the Dallas Wings. We know Paige Bueckers is on the Dallas Wings. And Azzi and Paige publicly announced their relationship a year ago, right after Paige got drafted. They were posting little content here and there. Azzi posted a picture of herself with a phone that had Paige Bueckers' girlfriend on the cover, on the case. And then after that, they kind of went silent because people didn't know how to act.
Because people are so obsessive and parasocial, and it's creepy. Yeah. I don't blame them for disappearing.
Taking a step back, they said, "Hey, we're letting y'all know this is the situation, and now we're going to move on with our lives and focus back on basketball and go back to having their private lives private." Well, there was a welcome press conference, and at this point, no one has talked about the fact that Paige and Azzi are dating, or and then there's suspicion, are they still dating because they're not talking about it publicly? And there was no mention of it at the draft. Paige was there, happy, they hugged, it was one of those things where everyone understands, but it wasn't a headline. Well, so a reporter at the opening press conference with the Dallas Wings asked Azzi, hey, it was confirmed a year ago that you and Paige Bueckers are a couple. Can you confirm if you're still a couple?
Or they asked about like the impact of their relationship would be like on the team, or like how their chemistry.
Said, are you still a couple, and how is that going to impact the chemistry on the team? Azzi didn't really have a reaction on her face, but then the Dallas Wings representative spoke up and said, hey, I understand why you have to ask that question, but I'm going to we're not going to talk about our players' personal lives. And then they moved on. But it became a big story because there's a lot of online discourse. Like, was he right in asking the question? Were the Dallas Wings right in how they answered or responded to that? Should they have let Azzi respond? And there's been so many different opinions about this. What was your stance about it?
I think as a journalist, you have to ask that question. Is it invasive? Arguably, yeah, but it's public knowledge. I think that question is fair game, totally. But I also think it's fair game to not want to answer the question. I think Azzi should have been the voice in saying, I don't want to talk about my personal life, versus like, because from my perspective, it was like, PR's babysitting her and like, oh no, our little sweet princess is not going to talk about this. Versus like, I don't know, Azzi's a big girl. She can say what she wants to say. And so I thought it would have been handled better, in my opinion, if she were the one to shut it down versus someone speaking for her.
Yeah, I'm in a similar camp, not the exact same camp.
Ooh, disagreements.
I'm in the camp that's like we're in the same camp, but I'm like in the shelter next to you.
Good Lord.
So, I do think that the reporter was not in the wrong for asking the question. It's something that everyone was already talking about. There's been online chatter about it. Everyone's wondering. It had started to become a story of why aren't they addressing it? Like people were starting that story was getting bigger, right? And so I felt like that reporter was thinking, okay, I'm going to ask the question everyone's already wondering. So I don't think that he was in the wrong for asking the question, but I also do not think that the Dallas Wings representative was in the wrong for voicing, hey, we're not going to answer that. I didn't see it as babying her. I just saw it as they clearly discussed it beforehand. Like, if someone asked this is how we're going to handle it. Because it wasn't even like Azzi started to answer it. It was as if she already knew that it was going to get shut down and then they could keep it moving. And I don't think it made, this is very parasocial of me, but from what we've seen of Azzi's personality, it very well could have been like, hey, as we prepare for this press conference, if the relationship comes up, we're just going to handle this. And maybe it was a situation where Azzi didn't push back and be like, no, let me answer.
Yeah, well, just from my perspective of seeing her, like, in other media interviews, she's very, like, not super out there in talking. Like, you can tell, like, she would rather not be there, but she has to do this because it's her job. So I could see why she'd like, okay, you want to do that for me? Cool.
Right, exactly. Yeah. That's fine. Yeah, because her and Paige publicly have very different personalities. Yeah. So if the shoe was on the other foot and it had been Paige, maybe we would have seen Paige answer it and be vocal about it, because even since that moment, Paige has not talked directly about their relationship, but has talked about the dynamic and how it plays, it works for them on the court, and how long they've had this dream of playing in the WNBA together, and, the chemistry that they have. So I could very well have seen it, if the shoe was on the other foot, Paige addressing it. But yeah, I just felt like people made it such a big deal. And then even the reporter came back and said, like, he said something about Dallas for how they handled it, and saying they made it a bigger story by like butting in and answering that. Did you see that statement?
Yeah, and I kind of agree. With that. Because if Azzi spoke up for herself and set the boundary of, I'm not talking about this, it's like, okay, cool. We're not talking about it. Mm-hmm. Versus like somebody stepped in, that's like different.
I just feel like she's presenting this like very pleasant, the people's princess persona, right? And even at the end, she was like, let me just thank everybody so much for taking time to be here. And like, she's sending forth this very positive, like innocent, I guess, persona.
Yeah.
That, and so I feel like if she were the one shutting things down, it could have, I don't know. I feel like people would have had something to say about that too.
Well, that's just like, people are always going to have something to say. But I think also you can shut something down in a soft and kind way. That's very much like Azzi Fudd. Like, and it not be out of character.
Yeah, it's possible. Mm-hmm. I just felt like it became such a big deal for no reason. Because obviously everybody has an opinion about it. I just felt like it was fine on both parts. It was fine to ask the question. It was fine to not answer the question.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah. Oh, okay. So we're in the same camp.
Well, that's what
you said. They were babying her.
I could see how it came off that way for sure. I think it would have been better for her. Mm-hmm. But both is right. Like nothing is wrong.
Yeah. So there was that news. There's also a big breakup in the world of women's sports.
In the lesbian community.
Yes, Sue Bird and Megan
Rapinoe.
I even confirmed this with you.
You did.
I go back and forth in my head about how to pronounce her name. I just say Megan.
I for the longest thought it was Rapinoe, but it's because I never heard it. I was just reading it.
Yeah.
And then when I heard Rapinoe, I'm like, oh, that makes so much more sense.
Megan Rapinoe. They have broken up after 10 years together. And they were engaged. Mm-hmm. And yeah, so not yet married.
Like 5 years?
Yeah, they were engaged for 5 years.
Which, personally, that's a red flag.
That's a long time. That is a long time.
I'm not trying to be engaged to no one for 5 years. That's a little ridiculous.
Let me get my notepad.
To me, I think an engagement period should last as long as it takes to plan the wedding and or have money for the wedding.
Yeah. Yeah.
And they're rich, so it doesn't take 5 years.
They weren't saving, what do you call it? Pinching pennies.
Right.
Yeah. So, yeah, 5 years engaged. Because I thought they had just went ahead and got married. Like, I thought it was just they were married and we weren't aware. But the fact that they broke up and it's not like we're divorcing. They were not married. And they have a podcast together, A Touch More.
And what's so sad is their audience is now being treated like a divorced kid family because they're taking turns hosting 6 more episodes.
Yeah, and we keep adding, and Sue Bird has her own podcast, right? Where she's talking mainly about women's basketball.
Yeah, she's interviewing a lot of WNBA players, and if you enjoy the WNBA, I highly recommend it. I really like that podcast.
See, well, you sound different than the people in the comments because people are like, this last episode that Megan hosted on her own, they're like, oh, your views are blowing Bird's Eye View out the water.
Oh, I don't think I've listened to A Touch More. I've seen clips.
Same. Yeah, I've never like consistently listened to A Touch More, but I definitely have with Bird's Eye View. Are we on Sue's side?
I'm on nobody's side. I have no stake in the game.
I don't know what happened.
I think Sue was a really good interviewer, and with her history of like being a basketball player.
Yeah, I respect her in the game.
And she can connect with the players she's interviewing on a different level than anyone else could. And so I believe like what she is producing is just very high quality.
Yeah, yeah. Mm-hmm. And then I respect Megan as a soccer player. Like,
absolutely.
They're both so respected and they're so good at their professional lanes. Mm-hmm. And so that's why it was like these two superstars coming together. Mm-hmm. And yeah, now they put out a statement and they put out like a 3-minute podcast to
announce,
deliver the news. But yeah, that was big news.
It was. I was shocked.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I hope they're okay, and I hope this
so
is for the
too.
best. Like, that it was like a mutual decision, and they're both better off from it. So yeah, this will be. It's going to be so interesting to like even see them move on, because I feel like all I've ever known is them together.
Yeah.
You know.
I know. 10 years is a long time.
Yeah, it's a decade.
Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, so that happened in the world of women's sports. What was your funny of the week?
Oh, we're jumping into funnies of the week?
Yeah.
Okay. To lighten the mood after we've been talking about a breakup.
Right.
So, my funny of the week. We were watching this new show on Netflix, Running Point, I
Yes.
believe is the title. Super funny show.
So funny. We slept on it way too long.
Too long. No, it was on my list. I was just like, I don't want to start a new show.
It was literally on my list. I
Right.
had added it on Netflix.
If I would have known it was a comedy, I probably would have started sooner with like
Yeah, I wasn't
short
aware
episodes.
either. Yeah.
So, starring Kate Hudson. Phenomenal. Love her work. As we're watching, you came up with talking about how there are 3 actresses that you cannot tell apart.
I forgot about this.
It was, hold on, I have to check my note because I had to write it down. It was Kate Hudson, Gwyneth Paltrow, and somebody else. I was like, who is this somebody else?
It's 3.
It's 3 blonde women that you get confused and you can't tell apart. And you're basically having this like,
I'm like trying to remember
Barbara from Abbott Elementary moment.
Yeah.
And I go, oh, like, is it Goldie Hawn? And you said, no, it's whoever her daughter is. I said, girl, that's Kate Hudson. So we still don't know who the 3rd person is.
They're in that family, like they, not in the family, but they do movies and shows. I cannot, yeah, it would be an interesting exercise.
If you think you can figure out who it is, please drop your suggestions below because I can't for the life of me think of someone else. I said Cameron Diaz, you said no.
Not Cameron Diaz.
Because you know who that is, apparently.
Who's the one that had like sells like scents with her?
Goop?
Yes.
Gwyneth Paltrow.
Oh. Maybe it's really just them two, and
They don't even
making
look
them
alike.
I'm making them a new person every time I learn something new, and I'm not drawing it back to the core 2 people. Like I've made them into a group of 8. Every new thing I
It's
learn.
growing.
Right?
Oh my gosh.
So, yeah.
What was your funny of the week?
Okay, so y'all know, if you are on like TikTok or Instagram, there's this guy, and he's actually a Survivor fan.
Oh.
Yeah.
I didn't know that. Mm-hmm. So he could know who you are.
Remember I told you he's like worn buffs before in his videos? Survivor buffs.
I remember you saying that, but I forgot of who you were saying it about.
Yes. So Michael D.
Costanzo? Oh, Costanzo? I don't know.
One of those. He does these challenges. Like he used to be the Wordle guy. He used to always do Wordle and like just to try to see how fast he can get in. He was part of like a group of guys that would always do, it was like the Wordle guys, and I've seen him pop up for a while. And then now him and his girlfriend do a lot of challenges. So they'll go into a parking lot and be like, okay, the first person to come back with an item that is
CD.
a CD. Mm-hmm. Then they'll go find it, and they each film their perspective. I like their content. I think it's entertaining.
It's stop so and random. Watch it when it comes on my feed.
Yeah, I don't seek it out. Correct. But if it comes up, I'm definitely stopping down and watching all the entire thing. Mm-hmm. So lately, they've been doing this drink one. Right, like everyone, you've seen the drink challenges. I've even done it with Poppy.
Oh, you sure did.
So he's been doing like either all the same color or the same color plus a different color, and try to figure out which one is the imposter. And so he's so good at it. Like he'll drink, he's like, that's got to be the orange Sunkissed, or this is Doritos. Or this is definitely Minute Maid strawberry or whatever. And he was so spot on. And Sarah paused it. She said, wait. Michael, this just tells me that Michael needs to drink more water.
Because why do you know every single drink? That specifically.
He even knew ZzzQuil. I bust out laughing because I did not expect you to say, Michael actually just needs to be drinking more water.
Yes.
That's the problem.
Because I haven't even drank half of those drinks that he's drinking.
I would be like orange something.
Right.
But he can always tell when it's Poppy because he hates Poppy. I love Poppy. But every time he's like, oh, this is gross. It got to be Poppy. And he's right. I think maybe it's like he doesn't like apple cider vinegar or something. Because that's in every one of their drinks. I don't know. But anyway, that was my funny of the week. I thought that was hilarious.
I was your funny.
Good laugh. You were. Sometimes you make me laugh.
Sometimes.
Yeah.
It just made you laugh again.
Okay, so one thing we were like curious about, we were like, let's just take it to the pod, is why are adult friendships so, like, there's so many layers to them, and they're not as easy to navigate friendships as when we were kids.
Correct. My theory behind that is proximity.
Absolutely. It's
so easy, like, when you're in school, you have your people that you see, you have a routine, you have a schedule, you, by proximity, are besties with the people in your class. And even through college, it's, like, I don't know, easier to maintain a friendship because you're seeing them all the time. Yeah. But all of my friends are just scattered across the United States and farther, if we're being honest. Right. But I hardly have, like, any friends in Houston, let alone Texas anymore. And so it's hard for me to keep in touch and maintain those friendships because, one, I don't like to text. Yeah. We've talked about this. And I don't have a lot of energy to be talking to all the people that I love. It's just, I feel like I don't have capacity. But that doesn't change the fact that I love them.
Yeah. And I'm on the other end of the spectrum where, especially when I was single, like, I would see my friends in Houston often. Like, there's definitely layers to it. Like, as a kid, so easy. You see your friends at school, right? In college, I was a resident assistant, so I still lived with my friends, and I would always see my friends on campus, and even long distance friends who, like, I went to high school with. We keep in touch, but we all had our own thing going on in college, right? Yeah. And so, but then, growing, like, and into adulthood, being single, it's like, okay, you have that time, and I like to, like, just do stuff. I'm like, hey, you busy? Let's go do this or whatever. Come over. Let's watch. Let's have weekly watch parties for whatever, right? And then once everyone starts having families, and it makes it so much more difficult to make time for your friends. But your friends still matter so much, if not more, than they used to when you got a lot of FaceTime. But it's just like, I think the hardest part is you don't know how the other person is how they feel about it. Right. Whereas, like, you can go a long time without talking to certain friends, and then y'all talk after months, and it's just like, oh my gosh, like, no time has passed. Yeah, you're picking up where you left off. You're not thinking that distance changed y'all's friendship.
Yeah, like, for example, Nora, who, I don't like to rank friends, but for the sake of not having a better word, is my best friend. And Nora and I have known her since high school, honestly, a little bit before high school. But we got closer in adulthood, but we have never lived in the same place since high school. And I was traveling a lot, she's traveling a lot. And so that friendship has been very intentional of, okay, we're meeting up somewhere and having a trip and hanging out. And we don't talk day to day. It's very sporadic. But at the end of the day, when we meet up, it's like no time has passed. We hit it off just like, you know, we were talking every single day. And there's no bad blood. Like, no one's offended that we're not checking in all the time. Because there's this baseline understanding of, like, you are a human that I love and adore and is in my life for the rest of my life. And yes, life can be busy sometimes. And I can't always get to you. But that doesn't... Me not speaking to you often does not reflect how I feel about you.
Yeah. And I think we have reached the age, like we're both 34, and we've reached the age where we would think that our peers that are our friends have that same mindset of like, we don't have to talk all the time for us to have like keep that foundation we once had.
Yeah, I don't know, because there's certain people that I've like gotten closer to or have like either reconnected or became like new friends in the last like handful of years that I have fallen off with, like in communication, not like we had a falling out.
Yeah, I didn't fall out, you just fallen off.
Yeah, exactly. But I don't know if these people are the offended type to think that, oh, Sarah doesn't care about me because we're not talking as often as we were.
I mean, because some people are just naturally needier, and not in a negative way, but it's just like they need that words of affirmation to know that you still value them. Because especially with like, I feel like I think about that a lot with like my circle growing exponentially after Survivor, and just knowing that, okay, now I do have like a lot of friends in different places, but understanding that like my people that have been my people are still my people.
For sure.
And I think establishing those communication styles is important. Like communication styles that work for both of you, whether it be like, hey, we catch up, you know, once a month, not on a scheduled basis, but like there's enough information for us to be like going back and forth in like a voice note or a FaceTime or even just like, you know, getting on Marco Polo that like, you know, we know that we all live busy lives, but we can check in and be like, hey, this is what's going on. You know, I need to talk to my friends type of thing.
But am I a shitty friend? I think about that sometimes because I'm just not like, I don't know. I don't feel like I want to talk to like all these people I care about. I feel like it's physically impossible, really, because I mean,
technically it is.
There's so many people that I've like been introduced to in my life that I've connected with on just this, I don't know, this like higher level. And in my mind, I'm like, you're my human that like I love and I want you in my life. But sometimes that can't be the case.
Yeah, exactly. And you don't want to think of it as like, it can't turn into a job of like, okay, it's Monday, I'm reaching out to these people. Tuesday, I'm reaching out to these people. I think that, I think just as an adult, I think that I had to get to the place, and this is my approach on just like relationships in general, is I had to get to a place where it's not about me. No matter what somebody's going through, no matter even just like the communication frequency, even if it is about me, it's not about me. And that kind of gives me peace.
Yeah.
Like, oh, if I haven't talked to one of my really good friends in like a couple of months and then we check in, I'm not thinking like, did I do something? Because that's just going to eat me up.
Yeah.
Unless I genuinely did do something. You know, I'm not trying to say like, I'm not taking accountability for anything that's happened with anybody in my life. But if it's like, oh, I haven't talked to so-and-so in like, man, since last year. But it's like, oh, but I've loosely kept, I know that you did this with your family. I know you did this. I've kept up. I engage on social media, which I think social media has definitely helped kind of maintain those like touch points in our relationships. But like when I think when I'm thinking about just if that same point, am I being a good friend? Then I'm like, okay, when I talk to this person or when I talk to this friend or I've caught up with this friend, was it a great interaction? Yes or no? You know, then I kind of know how to like navigate. But I think I value friendships so much in my life because growing up, it was just my family. And when I started developing really good friendships outside of my family, I was like, wow, this is really cool. Like to have people that have like walked different walks in life that I can like learn from and just kind of like relate to, that isn't just by blood. I thought that was so cool. And so that's what kind of made me value friendships so much.
That's interesting because like my experience is the opposite. Like being an only child, like I sought out more friends to have that like feeling. So like in a way, friendship to me was more of like a familial feeling.
Yeah, I mean, I thought it was cool of me whenever I started to really cherish friendships as much as like my family. Like this person is my family without being blood. I was like, man, that's wild, because for me, my family has always been like my core, right?
Yeah.
And so, yeah, I think, and that's when I knew like, okay, this person, because you know, people come into your lifetime for a reason, a season or a lifetime. That's when I know like, okay, no matter what, like this person's going to be around, or we're going to be in each other's lives when I can acknowledge like, okay, this person is like a sister to me, or this person is like a brother to me. So yeah, I think, yeah, no one wants, we have so much going on in our lives, work, family, you know, our hobbies. If you're a parent, you have, you know, everything involved with your kids. Like we don't want friendships to be another thing,
an obligation.
Another obligation or thing that causes us stress in our lives.
You know, just to go back on like, am I a shitty friend? And you saying, well, like it's not about me. I also, what makes me like nix that thought in my head is, well, the phone works both ways. Like I shouldn't feel bad for not reaching out all the time if that person hasn't reached out to me either. Like maybe it's mutual, like, okay, you know.
I saw a TikTok, like this girl said that her best friend, like they talked every single day, but she realized at a certain point that she was always the one initiating the talking. She was the one initiating, hey girl, let's hang out. Hey, how you doing? All that. So one day she decided to just stop. She was like, I'm just going to see, like, this is my best friend. Like, I shouldn't have to be like, oh, she's only going to respond if I reach out. Yeah. She just decided to stop, and they never talked again.
You know, I've had friendships like that. Not, like, maybe not a best friend, but I've had friendships like that where I felt like, you know, I'm always the one reaching out to, like, get together or this and that. I'm like, maybe let me just, like, see if that's reciprocated. Because at that point in my life, I think my word for the year was reciprocity, and I wanted to put my energy into things that were like pouring back into me, and it didn't happen. But oddly enough, I didn't take it personal. It was more of like, you know, maybe like they don't have the capacity, and that's okay. Yeah, just because I know throughout my life, my relationships have ebbed and flowed. Like take Melly for example. Melly is someone that I've known since like the 8th grade. We worked at summer camp together, we went to college together, we played basketball together, and ever since I got back into watching the WNBA, I know Melly has been like, she's the biggest Diana Taurasi fan. She loves women's sports, and so I hit her up all the time talking about basketball. And like, I haven't talked to her in years, but talking to her now, it's like nothing has changed. Like there was no like, oh, we haven't talked forever. Like, why haven't we talked for a long time? Like, it's just, we fell back in right away. And, like, those are the relationships that I, like, enjoy having. And I'm glad, like, Melly is one of those people, like, homie for life. Yeah.
Yeah. I think it's important, too, to for us to distinguish. And I think I've like talked about this in therapy before, like a couple years before going on Survivor. But it was like, you have to distinguish between like friendships and friendships that feel like relationships, because there's like a certain sense of like loyalty or commitment that some friends can get to, or some friendships, and it's like not supposed to be that way.
Like you're saying it's more of like a partnership, than it is just like
a friendship,
a friend.
And
Interesting.
Because it's also that like having like expectations, like there can be expectations for friendships, don't get me wrong, but
I think we all have expectations in regards to any type of relationship we have with people.
Yeah.
That's just like unspoken. And I think that's where offense is taken, is when someone doesn't meet the unsaid expectation. Yeah.
And I that's where I think that those are the friendships that I have that I like you said, like really enjoy, are the ones that don't like, I don't have more stress in my life because of the expectations. Like, oh my gosh, okay, I'm not reaching out to this person on this consistent basis or whatever. But I think, I don't know. I think what just makes a healthy friend is someone that can, like, isn't the definition of a friend someone that you like have stuff in common with, or
sure,
someone, I don't know. What's the definition of a friend?
I don't know.
What even is a friend? I don't even know.
A homie.
Yeah, a homie. Let me see. What does Google say?
What does Webster say? As long as you're not asking chat.
So a friend, well, this is AI overview.
Oh, God.
But a friend is a person with whom one shares a bond of mutual liking, trust, and support, often characterized by voluntary companionship rather than family obligation.
So you had it.
It's voluntary, Friendships are voluntary.
Exactly.
Because it's funny because, like, so, like, me, Gabby, and Karina, we have our, like, us three, like, we'll talk on, like, together. And, of course, we all talk separately, too. But
no, you only have communication when it's the three
other
of
two
you.
can hear.
Exactly.
But that's something we talk about, too, is, like, who we consider a friend. Because...
yeah.
I don't know. I don't feel like I use friend too loosely. Do you think I do?
I will say you use the term friend a lot looser than I do. I feel like my friend list is like there's levels to it. Like, to me, acquaintance is out here and you enter a little bit more into my circle and it's a friend. And I think your friend circle is a little bit wider and then acquaintance is just slightly wider. Like, you're quicker to call someone a friend than I would, I think.
Yeah.
Like, you hang out one time and you're like, friends! And I'm like, I don't know you quite yet.
Yeah, because I see it as friends if I want to continue that, like, communication or that relationship.
I think it takes me a lot longer to figure out, like, oh, okay, I want to continue this.
Okay. Yeah, I know. Yeah, I know. Sometimes I can kind of throw friend around a little more than you do.
Just a little bit.
But I don't know. I mean, but that doesn't take away from, like, the people who are, like, friends, like the people who, you know stuff going on in my life on a regular basis. Because, I mean, that was for a long time before I started posting consistently. Like, I would post a lot of the dogs and stuff, but it wasn't like people always knew what was going on in my life. Like, I wasn't posting a lot about me, but it's like my friends knew whatever's going on in my life. But, I think, in summary, no, I do think friendships are a two-way street too, which makes it difficult because I'm like, I never want to have more expectations in a friendship than the other person has.
Sure.
Which is what feels like whenever it becomes that, where you're kind of thinking like, okay, I would expect if I call this person and they answer and like I want to hang out, that they would be available to hang out or whatever. I don't know. When we have time to hang out, we have time to hang out.
Yeah, another thing thinking about friendships that I wanted to touch on is like, how do you make friends as an adult?
Yes, making friends is a tough one. You have Bumble BFF.
Oh God, did you ever use that?
I tried, and I never met anyone in real life.
I think when I was on Bumble, I swiped over to the BFF, and I was just like, just looking at what was there, and it wasn't a lot, and I was like, no.
Right.
Like, it wasn't even 5 minutes that I was looking at
Yeah,
that.
no, I didn't try it long. It was like it was weird too, because I'm like, how do I evaluate? Yeah, I want to befriend this person.
Right.
By looking at them. They seem like they'd be cool to be friends with. I don't know. I've heard some horror stories from people who have like met people and they just were like on different vibes.
Oh.
Yeah. So yeah, making friends. I mean, obviously doing hobbies that you enjoy, because we've talked a lot about making other,
Queer friends?
Yeah, making other queer friends. There are some WNBA watch parties that we could go to. If we want to more frequently, we could probably meet people.
Yeah.
We met people at a Survivor watch party in Houston that became your clients.
Yeah, we did.
And so, yeah, I think you just have to get out and do the things that you enjoy. It's so hard to do it from home.
And it's so hard for me to want to go out and do something.
Like, I know we had been thinking about doing like a run club, or like going to a run club.
Literally, as we're recording it, there's this run club that I've been following for years that I've been wanting to try. And here we are.
Oops.
Yeah, there's actually this like cycling group that's more of like a social ride than it is of like we're going fast ride.
Oh, to get the ice cream?
No, coffee.
Oh.
That meets on Sunday mornings, but literally anytime they put out, we'll be here Sunday, meet up here at this time, we're somewhere already. And I'm like, oh, we can't go.
Yeah. Yeah, making friends is just hard. You have to, because even if I think of like my podcasting friends, like we met because we all were being podcasters together. We're all doing one common thing. So when I think about like us making more queer friends, we just got to get out in like queer spaces and chit chat with people.
I'm bad at that.
No, you could be good at it.
But
you literally talk to strangers for a living.
Because I have to, because I'm providing a service, and part of that is like making you feel welcome in my chair.
So you're capable.
I'm capable, but it's not natural to me, which is why my first instinct is to be, I can't. So, especially in my free time, to go out of my way and socialize.
Right. Yeah, I don't know, because then, it's also, at what point do you feel like I'm good? I have enough friends.
Yeah, right, because like I've mentioned, I have all these people in my life that I love that I do not have capacity to keep in like everyday contact with, or even like bi-weekly contact with.
Yeah. But it's like you have your people that you have your foundation with, and of course you grow, and like, because even people that I'm friends with from high school, which is a very like core group, we're small but mighty. We've grown and like taken such like unique paths to each other in life, but we still, at our core, we still have like that foundation, right? But you do still want friends that are. You want your pocket of friends that are in similar places in life.
Yeah, absolutely. I think when it comes to friendships, I've been starting to think, what's meant to be will happen. Yeah. Like, I don't ever want to force any type of relationship. And so if it feels right to talk to someone, or if, I feel like when I do talk to people is I see something and it makes me think about a person, and then I go, hey, oh my goodness, I thought of you, and I send it to them or something.
Yeah, that's what I feel like that's what a lot of my reaching out is. Like, I'm not the friend that is good at reaching out to be like, hey, I'm just checking on you. I wish I was. And I could be more intentional about that and become that person. But where I feel like I thrive is saw this TikTok or I saw this Instagram and I thought of you and I sent it to you. Yes. Even if we haven't like talked in forever. It's like, let's share a laugh. Or, hey, I'm somewhere and oh my gosh, I thought of this, right?
Yeah,
that type of thing.
Because when we went to Ron Clark Academy, my friend Nikki, who's a teacher who had gone to the Ron Clark Academy, was like, oh my gosh, look where I am. Yeah. And she was like, oh my gosh, I love it. And I hadn't talked to her in a while. Yeah. And like that was like a good excuse to like have another connection point and start talking again.
Yeah, yeah. So yeah, if y'all have any tips on how to maintain good friendships, make good friendships, leave those in the comments. Let us know your thoughts. We would love to hear what people think, because it's hard out here. I mean, I saw something recently about like we don't know how many people are out there just kind of going about their everyday lives with no friends. Yeah,
I think, not that I had no friends, but there was a point in my life where I was like not seeing people regularly and it felt lonely, but also like, I don't know. Sometimes in those situations it's hard to reach out to somebody. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. All right. That's what was just on our mind this week. Just thinking about adult friendships.
Friends.
How many of us have them? Friends. I was trying to...
You were going to harmonize? I was done. Oops.
Okay, what are you watching?
What am I watching? Running Point.
Okay.
Running Point is so good. The second season just dropped. We're about to get into it. Yes. Probably right after this. It is funny. It is right up our lanes with like being about basketball.
Yes. It's so good. Like
it's so good. It's so funny. Like, and if you're not paying attention, you'll miss some jokes. Which the
amount of time she's like, I have to rewind because there was a nonverbal that you missed. This is a show with nonverbals.
That's every show, and I don't think you realize that.
Look, what's the thing? Annika told me there was a name for this, that now shows are being created so that people can consume them while scrolling. It's called like dual watching or something like that. Yeah, there's a name for it. I can't remember what it was called.
I don't like that. That's the main thing I've been watching. Yeah. I have reached the conclusion of Survivor the Australian Outback in my course of my rewatch of Survivor. A lot of it I remembered. Some of it I didn't. Some of it is wild and crazy. And if you haven't seen it in a while, you should watch it. Because they had an episode after the finale that was a Where Are They Now? And it checked in with every single person.
Since there was no social media.
Oh, correct. And also it was like new.
Yeah.
And like really, really, really huge, I think, in television. And some wild reveals. I won't spoil it. But crazy.
Worth going to look at.
Even if you just watch that and don't rewatch the season, watch that episode.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I'm watching, or we watched, Trust Me, The False Prophet. It's 4 episodes.
Crazy.
It is it's so wild. It's on the heels of, what was it called? Sweet something, Obey.
Keep sweet, pray and obey.
Yes. You didn't even watch it.
I just knew what it was called.
How did you know that?
Because it was everywhere.
Okay. So, yes. Which was about William Jeffs. What's his name? William Jeff.
The fundamental Latter-day Saint prophet leader.
Yes. And so this was...
Warren Jeffs.
Warren Jeffs. Yeah. So this new one is on Netflix, and it's picks up basically where that one left off because people are still following Warren Jeffs.
From prison.
Yeah. And there's a new guy that comes along that's like, hey, Warren Jeffs is speaking through me.
I'm the new prophet.
And he ended up having, 22 wives?
At least.
And, oh my gosh, yeah. And now it's worth watching. If you haven't watched it, go watch it. It's kind of wild to know that it happened as recent as 2022. This is recent.
Yeah, it makes me think, what crazy shit is going on right now that in 4 years we'll see another Netflix documentary about and be like, what? How does this happen?
I know one thing.
What?
You know.
No, I don't.
We'll talk after. What's going on in current events?
Oh, I try to avoid that because it's depressing.
Okay. So what are you listening to?
I have turned a new leaf.
Okay.
In the barbershop, I have personally put on Don Toliver.
Wow.
Hate to say it.
Don't hate to say it. Love to say it.
Hate to say it. I was talking to a client the other day about like playing Don Toliver, and I had said, you know, he's not good live, and he's like, I was about to say, I saw him live and it wasn't good.
I would never go do that.
I said, this auto-tune is a vibe and he needs to stick to it. And
have you listened to the chopped and screwed version yet?
Oh, no, I haven't. I just put on Don Toliver radio.
Yeah.
But also, I've been listening to a lot of stuff. Biebercella, I've been listening to a lot of Justin Bieber, but that's not new to me.
That's true to you.
Yeah, it's true to me. I have the Bieber fever.
You really do. You know that swag 1 and swag 2 very well.
Mm-hmm. It's so good. I'm not done.
Oh, what else you listen to?
I haven't finished it, but we started listening to...
How you gonna take my answer?
Okay, you can go.
So, Kehlani just came out with an album, self-titled, Kehlani.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah. And so, been waiting on this. And yeah, so far so good. We listened to half of it.
No, we watched.
We did accidentally watch. I don't even know how it came up. Yeah, the folded music video came up.
And I was like locked in because I said, there's a lot going on here.
There's a lot going on. But yeah, Kehlani self-titled album is finally out. So I went ahead and I did my last thorough listen through to Octane by Don Toliver because I was like, I plan to have Kehlani on repeat moving forward.
Oh, so you're done with Don Toliver?
No, I'll go back.
But for now, when we go in the car and you put on music, it's going to be Kehlani.
Yes,
I'm fine with that.
Exactly.
Yep, that's good.
I've heard some mixed reviews with like, people are like, oh, this other album is still her best album.
Who cares? She's feeding us.
Yes, exactly.
And
it's an album.
She's so good.
Yeah. It's an album, and that's all we needed.
Just be grateful for that we're getting new music by her.
Yeah. And it actually came out on April 24th. Which happens to be my brother's birthday. So happy brother. Happy brother. Happy birthday, Aston. Happy birthday to my brother.
Aston. And if that made no sense to you, check out Aysha's Instagram. She put together this really cute video for him, and I can't stop. So that's like gonna be my new vocal stem. Yeah. I've retired. San Antonio, where we roll, yeah.
That's something that would be like, if I recorded her doing that, like on the couch or something, she'd be like, that's for you. That's not for
Well, because why are you just recording me? I didn't consent to that. I did not consent to be put out on the internet. Have you seen my Instagram stories lately? They're few and far between. Yeah. I'm not trying to put myself out there like that.
Says the girl on a podcast.
We do this once a week. It's like a pre-discuss what we're going to talk about loosely. Mm-hmm. And so I consented to this. Okay. I chose to sit down here with you for plus or minus an hour and just chit-chat. And whatever comes out, comes out. And you get what you get.
Yeah.
And this is what you're getting.
Okay. All right, make sure y'all go, for one, you can see the birthday video, but go subscribe or go follow me on Instagram if you haven't already at Aysha like Aysha. That's Aysha like ASIA. Jason and I just started a new rewatch of season 12 of Married at First Sight over on our Patreon.
You did, and that was, y'all were yapping for like 2 hours.
Yeah. Yeah, we had a lot to say. But yeah, patreon.com/aperfectmatchpodcast. And yeah, I think that's pretty much, I was on the Survivor Now talking about one of these episodes of Survivor 50. I can't remember which number. Maybe episode 8, 9. I don't remember.
What are we on? Who knows?
Yeah. So where can people follow you?
You can follow me on TikTok. I don't know why I plug my TikTok because I don't really post, but I'm there. My TikTok and my Instagram is at SJ Menzel. If you like hair content, I'm at Sheared by Sarah on Instagram.
All right. And so thank you all so much for sticking with us. And we will be back next week.
We will.
Bye.
Bye.